Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Fantasy Football Fever. It is Tuesday night, August 25th, 2026. Thanks for making this part of your week. As you can see right here on my schedule here, on my little thing here, we're only 15 days away from kickoff. Just 15 more days away till the start of the 2026 NFL season. And we got a
Next
lot
stop,
covering in a
Sanford
short little
Avenue
time,
and
but I
Casino
think we'll be able
Boulevard.
to be able to take care of that here. Of course, I'm Tim McClellan, and of course, this guy riding home is John Flynn, the host of Hooked on Sports, and of course, the guy right here is John Natali, our league commissioner. Guys, how we doing?
Yeah, doing pretty good. And yeah, breaking news: we've just cracked 2 million fantasy drafts.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a time. All of y'all are having your fantasy drafts. I'm sure some of y'all are doing that right now. Of course, we are going to have ours coming up. There was some disputes and some scheduling problems, but we've all agreed we will have our league draft Saturday, September 5th. We go live at 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central. And of course, our draft will start 15 minutes after we go live. So that's our date, Saturday, September
Yeah,
5th. That's when we're going to have our league draft and start
yeah.
another great season.
No, those who drafted super early. Oh no, got some lot of issues to deal with.
Hmm.
It definitely a couple of scares that we really need to talk about, and those will be the first of our hot topics for today, and
Go
two
ahead,
major.
kick us off. Kick us off, Lynn.
Yeah, so we'll start. I think the big news, fantasy wise, over the last 7 days, was there was a huge injury scare with the Raiders, involving Ashton Jeanty, their stud second year running back, and the initial reports were that was a potentially serious, non-contact injury that he suffered during practice. But tests revealed that he has an ankle sprain. Now we don't know the specific characteristics of the ankle sprain. The Raiders have not released those details to us. But it is certainly much better that he came down with that rather than a torn Achilles or a torn ACL. So this definitely obviously puts his week one status in jeopardy. And you also have to think that you don't know how long it'll take for him to get back up to his potential speed and processing of the game. So that was a big question. So how do you guys react to that, Ashton Jeanty news? So when you're looking at your drafts.
Yeah. I mean, they could definitely breathe a sigh of relief, but I would also be iffy about drafting him now because we don't know how long he's going to be out yet. And also, I think the backup running back, Mike Washington Jr., his stock just went through the roof now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean,
He would be,
I mean,
he would be a nice handcuff to add, as if you need the depth.
Next stop,
yeah. I mean, and he's got a favorable week one matchup against the artists formerly known as the Miami Dolphins, who by the way, if you happen to watch the preseason game against the Giants, and yes, most of it was really backups, but man, Miami was awful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam.
Hey,
Well, the game wasn't on in my area, of course, but I think it was on NFL Network, or I could I could stream it somewhere. But yeah, those Dolphins, I think, pretty terrible, pretty terrible.
Yeah, but it's, um, They only scored 3 points in that game.
Only 3
Uh,
points. Well, I gotta give this to him.
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked.
And also, did you see the news? What happened today in practice was that practice was. I'm gonna give you a Gene Rayburn type of statement here. But Miami Dolphins practice today was so bad.
How bad
How
was
bad
it?
was it?
So that Malik Willis called the team in for a meeting in the middle of practice because they were making so many mistakes in terms of execution, in terms of actually playing the game. So that's definitely something to look at. But the bottom line is Mike Washington's got a pretty good matchup week 1 against Miami, and could definitely be drafted. With the way it goes about it. We also had another injury scare today in practice from the Cincinnati Bengals. Because wide receiver Jamar Chase came up a little lame in practice. And today he had to be helped off a little bit, but Jamar Chase talked to the press after practice today and said that everything appears fine, and if it was a regular game day situation that he would go through these procedures with the training staff and wrap it up and have him get back out there to play. So definitely so a lot of roller coaster of emotions and the different gyrations of sanity that both of those fan bases had to deal with over the last 48 hours. So it feels like it feels more especially so with Jeanty's situation because the top of the running back draw this year is pretty narrow. That once you get past like maybe 10 to 15 top running backs, then the gap really expands beyond that. So you have those two big things as well for fantasy related purposes. We also have a really which could possibly be an interesting fantasy strategy developed throughout the course of the season, and it involves the Cleveland Browns because yesterday the Cleveland Browns announced said that they named DeShaun Watson the starting quarterback for the first week of the NFL season for the Browns Week 1 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville, and yeah, I mean but yet this comes on the heels of that wild press conference. Saying the fans are disrespectful to him, and he takes no ownership. And so about everything, and also on the heels of looking really bad, in the preseason game on Saturday, where he completed just 5 of his 12 passes for 35 yards and an interception.
Wow.
So the reason
they decided to start DeShaun Jackson in week 1.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You basically got the Three Stooges for the QB room.
It's Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give Gabriel a pass, but the other two, they're very incompetent.
Yeah. So, but the reason why I bring that up as a big fantasy story is that now you're going to be potentially seeing as the managers that stream defenses every week look to pick up the defense that's playing the Cleveland Browns that week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Now
the Jaguars, right?
yeah, but now it should be noted that I ranked the Jaguars 16th on the defense special teams rankings that we did all the way back in the middle of July, or at the end of July when we started all these rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you had it at the top 12. So in a 12-team league, if a convention of wisdom says that the Jaguars defense will be drafted, but then after Jacksonville, the Browns face Tampa Bay on the road week 2. Then they're home against the Panthers week 3. And then immediately after that, they have a Thursday night game against TJ Watt and the Steelers in week 4.
Ooh.
So now you figure the Steelers defense is going to be rostered. You figure that the Jags defense should. We don't know. It's not a guarantee that they will be rostered, but let's say if you're in a 10 or 12 team league, the Jaguars defense isn't drafted. It's a good bet that they'll be picked up to start putting in the lineups because they're playing DeShaun Watson at the Browns.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, but the story of Jamar Chase, it sounded like he has dodged a bullet right there. Not only him, but the entire team.
Yeah, I mean, I still think the Bengals can win, could make the playoffs without Jamar Chase because they have T. Higgins, they have Chase Brown, they have other weapons beside there. But man, if you listen to what Joe Burrow said the other day, about a week and a half ago, he said the eye on the prize. Burrow said that he has his eyes on the prize, and for him, that prize is going to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl because that's the upside of the Cincinnati Bengals this season. So of course those are 3 big topics of conversation about that.
Okay, of course we're talking about wide receivers today. I think it was a couple days ago, New England Patriots, they traded their wide receiver Kayshon Boutte to the Houston Texans, and in return, the Patriots will get safety Jalen Reed and a 2028 seventh rounder. So adding, so looks like Houston's going to get another wide receiver, and Patriots get a little help on defense. How does that trade sound to you?
I don't understand this from the Patriots' perspective because I do think that there's a really good upside with Kayshon Boutte. We saw it last year that he looked really well with Drake May with that as well. But I don't. But I think that's a good get for the Texans because this comes off the heels of Jaden Higgins. I believe that he tore his ACL a few days ago. So that's basically the replacement. And I do think Boutte can work pretty well and fits what I think a need not really in the wide receiver room because it's already pretty full. But I think in terms of getting a more complete passing game because I think. I feel like if the Texans are going to go to the Super Bowl with that elite defense and not having a great offensive line, that I think the best way to get that is to have an elite passing game, which means C.J. Stroud has to play a whole lot better than he's had the last couple of years, and it means that you need all the help to get into the passing game because. That's because like the only real thing you might have in the rush attack is David Montgomery.
Wow, sounds like an interesting right there.
Yeah, and also yes. So we have a wide receiver question which we will ask when we do the top 10 rankings because it's related to that. But speaking of David Montgomery replacing Nick Chubb on the roster, and Speaking of Nick Chubb, that he formally announced he announced his retirement today after 8 seasons in the NFL.
Yes, he did. Pro Bowler running back Nick Chubb. He spent 8 years in the league. First 7 years was with the Browns, and his final year was with the Texans. Total of 100 games played and 87 starts. His statistics are as follows. He had total of 1,462 rushes for 7,349 yards and 54 touchdowns. Receiving, he got 141 receptions out of 193 targets for a total of 1,109 yards and 5 touchdowns. Of course, the one thing that really kind of bothered him and many fantasy owners who had Nick Chubb on their teams, of course, was the injuries that for the last couple of years of his career. So, but hey, just wish Nick Chubb all the best in the future. So, so good luck to him. And I don't know if any other there. Oh yeah, I wanted to bring this up here. A story about a guy who played. This college guy that just got. He was an undrafted free agent for the Browns. He played in one preseason game recently. Then he got released, and now he's looking to go to LSU and play for Lane Kiffin over there. This story is unlike anything I've heard in my life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I read about that. Yeah, should that happen, he'll be the first player in history to do that.
Thought I had some mic issues. Am I sounding okay, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hear you fine.
Yeah. All right. Let me try and exit back out and get back in. Maybe probably me.
Okay. So now, it seems to me that
That's insane.
these other conferences, I think the Big Ten and the SEC are kind of trying to put in like some kind of injunction that players who have already signed with an NFL team can't go back to college.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this, like I said, this is probably the most interesting story I've ever heard. So unprecedented. Nothing like this has ever happened.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, but I have to look at more on. I have to look more in on this particular story here because this is to say the least, this story is groundbreaking. I tell you. I can't remember the guy's name though.
Yeah, me neither, but it's very familiar. Yeah, I read about it a few days back.
Yeah, so I have to look that up a little bit, and of course, the story may stretch out well into the upcoming college football season, which actually starts a week from Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, or sometime.
Week 0 is this weekend, Tim.
Yeah, week 0 this weekend. So this story is pretty much going to drag on. So we'll just see what happens there.
Yeah. It's well, I mean, another layer to a lot of preseason drama with LSU, with the Jaden Daniels thing, with some of Lane Kiffin's commentary, but this right there is the theater of the absurd. Now, but now college football is like becoming more like pro football. So that mystique and prestige of college football is slowly fading away.
Yeah, like I said, it's a very unprecedented story going on right here. It's probably going to drag out for a little while. So Keep your eyes and ears peeled on this story as it develops, and of course, it could probably start a domino effect here if anything goes any further than this.
Anyway, but
Any anything I have missed so far?
Well, since we are talking about wide
I-
receivers, a wide receiver announced his retirement today. Longtime receiver Allen Robinson. I vaguely remember him.
yeah, Robinson played with the Bears and the Rams. I think he was on the Rams Super Bowl winning team in 2021. If I'm not mistaken.
Allen Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, he played for about 9 years.
9 years, okay. That
Yeah,
name
Vlad
does
played in
sound
the
a
NFL
little
in
bit
2024.
familiar. Okay.
But yeah, he was a practice squad player for somebody in 2025, but never got signed.
Well, wherever Allen Robinson is, best of luck on his retirement over. And well done, Allen Robinson. You did good. So enjoy your retirement.
Yep.
And live it up. So I think from what I see here, it is trivia time. So I came up with one. Actually, I came up with this one about a couple days ago, since we were talking about wide receivers here. So
Yeah, I came up with mine just hours ago. Mine I thought of today.
The two of you have the questions today.
Oh,
Yes.
so nothing from you this week then?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. So Tim, you want to go first or?
yeah, I'll go ahead and go first here.
Okay.
Just had to check sources a couple of times to make sure that I had my information correct here.
Gotcha.
So, since we are talking about wide receivers, there were 3 teams last year, which each of these 3 teams had a pair of receivers that each got at least 1,000 yards receiving. There were 3 teams with a couple of teammates each that each got at least 1,000 yards receiving.
Oh, okay.
Question is, can you name 2 of those 3 teams?
Oh, okay, interesting.
Okay. All right. So we'll have that in the back of our minds. So the tally.
That's
What about
actually
yours?
this is actually funny because I also have a 3-answer theme question too. Just like Tim.
Okay.
This is the first time I'm doing this. So I was looking at stats from the last 5 seasons. As in terms of receiving yards, there are 3 players who finished in the top 5 in receiving yards. It was 3 times over the last 5 seasons they're in the top 5. 3 players have done this. I'm looking for you guys to name at least 2 out of the 3. And yeah, I'll give you guys the winners, the winning sound if you give me 2 or 3. You get the strike if you get 1. But if you get 0, you get the Billy Madison.
Oh no!
So that's my
pressure's
twist.
on.
So there's my twist.
Okay.
As long as you get 1, worst case scenario is you get the Family
Okay.
Feud buzzer.
Okay, so if we get 1, we're okay.
Yeah.
All righty then.
I mean, we're still not okay because we didn't get credit for quick response.
There's no possible way you guys are gonna get 0 on this. I'll say that right now.
Okay.
You're just looking for a receiver who knows what they're doing. There's no way you guys are gonna get 0 on this.
Well, actually, before we go any further, we do have a question here from Lovey Dovey Productions.
Yeah, and also Tim, I would pull up the top 10 receiver graph because I think because that ties in with our rankings.
Says y'all got JSN over Puka with the injury risk. Yes, even without the injury risk, I'm still higher on JSN, even without the injury.
Well, let me go ahead and put up the top 10 that each of us put.
Yeah, because I think because we'll answer that question with that. So Honestly, 2, 3, and 4 were very tough for me. But I feel like the Rams have a tricky schedule with the offenses they play this year. Because they have to play several standout quarterbacks. Because they have to play the NFC East, where all 4 of their quarterbacks are ranked in the top 12. They have to play the I know the Rams have to play the Bills because a same place finisher on a Monday night. So you have that. While the Seahawks have to play Drake May in 15 days from now and the start of the season, but so who else do? I know the Rams played the Broncos. They play the Chargers, so they're going to have some tough offense to play with. So I think for me, it's Nakua by a hair over Amon-Ra, and Amon-Ra by a hair over JSN.
Yeah. For me, I couldn't discredit JSN for going all out, for being in the Super Bowl. I usually award people who go further a little bit higher. That's just me. But if you compare Najigba over Puka, I see just a teeny bit more of upside with the Seahawks. I think they're a slightly better team right now, even without a few of their guys from last season. But it's just ever so slightly. I'm a little bit concerned about Puka's injury, a little bit concerned about suspension or not. I'm giving Najigba the slight advantage.
Yeah, that's a good point. But the counter to your JSN argument is that he lost Clint Kubiak as his team's offensive coordinator, and Sam Darnold really hasn't had success without an elite. I mean, I have no disrespect, but without an elite offensive play caller, and they brought in a tight end coach to be the offensive coordinator. So that's why I have JSN lower on my list than I do with Puka Nakua and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting here. I'm gonna take a look. I'm sorry. Taking a look right here at the Rams' schedule. They started at home against the Giants, or actually it's the Giants and the Rams. I think that's an out of country game, I think.
Yeah, they play the Niners that first Thursday of the season in Australia.
Yeah, the city of Australia. Then they're home against the Giants. Then they got to go to Denver week 3. Then week 4 they go to Philly. Then they're home against the Bills, home against the Cardinals, on the road against the Raiders, then home against the Chargers. Then they're on the road at Washington, at Arizona before their week 11 bye. So very interesting schedule right there.
So, but it would be faster. But I think this is really for the folks that are drafting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in your lineups, because you figure that the first 3 picks are going to be Gibbs, Bijan, and Jamar Chase in no particular orders, which then leaves you with having to choose between basically Nakua, Amon-Ra, or JSN. So
right. I see. So that's our. Looks like we're all in agreement for number 5 and number 6. We got CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean we're all in agreement on the top 9, but differences between 2, 3, and 4, and 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Right. And then at 10, Flynn's got a lot. Chris Olave. I have George Pickens, and Tally has Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, initially.
What are you gonna say, Tally?
I was gonna say I wasn't gonna put him in the top 10 if all indications was he wasn't gonna be ready by week 1, but because as of right now indications that he seems to be ready, I'm gonna put him in the top 10. I'm kind of basing it just off of that.
I mean, I will disagree with you on that, Natalia. I actually have him lower than Tim has, but I mean, it's there's like a lot of risk with Neighbors because like you don't know how he's gonna come back in real time competition. Having to play a Dallas defense that's certainly going to be improved, and a Rams defense that's one of the best in the league. So you have some concerns about that. Now, I think I think that maybe the upside with Neighbors is his schedule after that, because he's got Tennessee, Arizona, Washington, New Orleans. But before a very, very tough matchup in Week 7 on the road in Houston.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much our top 10 wide receivers right there. Natalie, since you're going to be signing off a little bit early, you want to go ahead and get yours up there first?
Sure.
All right. We'll go ahead and get it up there. This is his selections 11 through 30.
Yeah, mine might have some slight alterations because I accidentally listed a player twice. Flynn did fix what happened there. So yeah, at 11, I'm going with Chris Olave. I'm leaving him. I was tempted to put him higher, especially with Jordan Tyson being out for probably a good quarter of the season. So yeah, Olave has obviously now sealed his spot as the top receiver. And yeah, George Pickens, he's going to do the same exact thing. He's going to be the number 1 wide receiver too. So it made all the sense to put both of them towards the top of the list there. Yeah, Taratata McMillan, I'm going to put at number 13. I mean, the Panthers are going to have a down year, but I don't think he will. He's going to be really the only one doing anything in the receiving room. Number 14, Rashid Rice. As long as he stays out of trouble, I think he's going to do just fine. Because we don't know if he's going to get into trouble again, but we'll see. Number 15, Emeka Ibuka. Despite having a down season this past season, I think he's going to have a bounce back. He's not going to have too much competition to worry about with Mike Evans being gone and yeah, Chris Godwin's injury history. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, number 16, Zay Flowers. I accidentally put him 16 and 20, but just to make things easier, I left him at 16. Yeah, number 17, Devonta Smith. He's going to make the top 20 since he's going to be the number 1 target now that A.J. Brown is gone. Yeah, I think this player I have significantly lower than you guys. I put Garrett Wilson at 18. I just don't trust this Jets team one bit. So yeah, I catapulted him from I think the average area I saw from ESPN. ESPN had him around 12 or 13. I catapulted him all the way down. I don't trust the Jets at all. Number 19, I'm going to go with Mike Evans. Mike Evans is probably the number 1 target for this team, even though this offense is a mess right now. So yeah, number 20, I'm going to go with Ladd McConkey. And then 21, I have Devontae Adams. But yeah, ignore the Charger logo there. I'm sure that was a little mistake there. But yeah, T. Higgins.
I mean, what's that a logo of, Natalie?
And now, go Chargers, go!
Look at 21.
No, I was talking about 22. Devontae. The Rams. Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, it's T. Higgins for the for the Bengals. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know what you were talking about, but yes, T. Higgins does play for the Bengals, not the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody knew that, but we just wanted to get that out there. No breaking news happened or anything.
No.
And then 23. I'll give it to DJ Moore. It's hard to figure out this Bills offense sometimes. We don't know who the number 1 wide receiver is yet, but it's probably going to be Moore. I see him getting the targets over Khalil Shakir and whoever the other one is. I forgot now. Keon Coleman. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards Moore getting more of the targets. So Shakir is obviously going to take a step back. Yeah, number 24, Romo Doomsday. I could see him having a similar season to last year. Number 25, he's not Scary Terry anymore. He's just regular, plain old Terry. I'll put him right in the middle. Number 26, Jalen Waddle. This Broncos offensive receiving room is a little confusing, but he's going to have some competition with Cortland Sutton for targets, but I think he's going to get favored a little bit more.
Jalen Waddle's going to be the number one receiver, and he's going to get the bulk of the targets.
Yeah. And then let's see.
I also, by the way, that catch and run he made in the Broncos preseason game. Also, one thing we didn't touch on was how good Bo Nix looked, both in performance-wise and physically, in the Broncos preseason game on Thursday. That he looked in command. He looks back up to speed, and that really is a really big deal when it comes to the Broncos, when it comes to Jalen Waddle's fantasy stock, and more importantly, Bo Nix's fantasy stock, because I think Bo Nix could be a top 13 or a top 13, 15 quarterback in fantasy, and for him to look like that, that's a monster deal.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Number 27, Carnell Tate. Let's see, 28, Jamison Williams. He's one player that I can't really figure out. He's just that role player guy. He'll just do some random things from time to time. He'll have either a good game or he won't do anything. All right, number 29. Once again, folks, ignore the logo. He doesn't play for the Chargers, but I think he's gonna be an interesting sleeper here. Mm-hmm. And number 30, my first Jaguar on the list, Parker Washington. I think he's going to do pretty decent. The Jaguars are a much improved team. Hot take, I have the Jaguars winning the division this season.
Oh, interesting.
There's just something I like about this offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't argue against it. I can't argue against you, Natalia, on that, because Trevor Lawrence did finish last year as the number 4 quarterback in fantasy, so I have to give you that.
Yep.
Oh. All right. Let's see if let's pop up the other half of his list here. All right. There we go.
And then 31, Cortland Sutton. Yeah, it's basically the battle between Waddle and Sutton's not even close. Let's see. Number 32, I got my first Packers receiver on the list, Christian Watson. Man, it's going to be a very close call for the Packers receiving room here, but I'm going to give Wilson the bulk of the targets here, probably over Golden and Reed. Now, number 33, this one is interesting. Wilson used to be like a number 2, number 3 receiver, but I can now see him being the number 1 receiver for this season, for this mess of a Cardinals team. Yeah, I think he's going to get more of the targets this season than Harrison, because we don't know if Harrison can stay healthy, and even if he is healthy, Wilson actually made a decent impact this past season. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets more of the targets.
Yeah.
Number 34, I'm going to go with Wan'Dale Robinson. Since the trade to the Giants, he's been fairly solid. Yeah. Number 35, my first Steeler on the list, DK Metcalf. Yeah, he's more than likely going to be the number 1 receiver here. And number 36, I got Marvin Harrison Jr. Kind of what I said before. His injury history is going to be very concerning. Let's see, 37, Brian Thomas Jr. And my first Colt on the list, Josh Downs. It was a really tough call between Downs and Pierce of who to put higher. But I kind of just tipped the scale, 51-49. I'm going to go with Downs having a better season. But I believe he's also injured, if I'm not mistaken. I think Pierce might be injured too.
Yeah.
And then 39, my other Charger, Quentin Johnson. Number 40, Deebo Samuel. Remains to be seen what he's going to do. Is he going to get involved in the rushing game as well? Probably not. He'll probably get into some gadget plays here and there. But yeah, nowhere near as much targets as Terry McLaurin. 41, I got Alec Pierce. And then 42, Stephon Diggs. 43, Chris Godwin. His injury concerns are very troubling. We'll see what happens with him. 44, we'll go with Jacoby Myers. 45, I got Michael Pittman Jr. Up and down season here and there. Injuries here and there. We'll see how he does. 46, Matthew Golden. 47, I got Jordan Addison. I mean, I don't really trust him, but we'll see how he does. At 48, I got one of the rookies, Malachi Lemon. I think he's going to have a decent season. Right now, he's the wide receiver 2, but probably with potential wide receiver 1 upside. 49, Jaden Reed. And then, oddly enough, this person was not on my top 50 initially, but because I had a duplicate, I had to throw someone in there. And because I did not have a single Cleveland Brown on this list, why not? I'll choose the rookie. Why not? I'll take a flyer on KC Concepcion.
Concepcion.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, that's pretty bold for you to put a Browns player in there on the heels of what transpired with the DeShaun Watson news. But
yeah, fair enough. I felt like I had to include every team. I'm pretty sure I did list every team. I'm not sure if I left anybody out though. I think I used all the teams.
Yeah.
But I figured since I didn't use a Brown, I might as well.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. I mean, it's kind of like it's a hard knock fight.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
All right. So, okay. So can you put my list up next?
Yes. Let's go ahead and put plans up there. We'll go 11 to 30 on this one, and here we go.
Oh hey! Look at that! I put T. Higgins on the Bengals and Luke Burden on the Bears on this one. So we're off to a good start there. But I mean, the fact that I have Rashee Rice at number 11, I mean, tells you everything I need to know how I feel about the tier of wide receivers that there are. So Rashee Rice at 11. I mean. I feel worse about my wide receiver rankings than I do to do any of the other positions because there's just like a lot of depth in a crowded tier. So that you could theoretically put Rashee Rice outside the top 20 and I would have had an eye, but I just think the fact that. That we've come to a lot of tight ends in the passing game. There's a lot of competition for targets this year because what I read was last year there were only 7 teams that didn't have a clear-cut number 1 receiver going into the season. This year there are 13 teams that have that, and but the Eagles, Cowboys, Chargers, and Giants are not any of those teams. And I loved Devontae Smith this year. I think to me he's a number 1 receiver. He got lost in the spotlight the last couple of years because of A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley. But yeah, this guy won a Heisman and he made some pretty damn big some of the catches he made in the playoffs were pretty damn big. During their run to the Super Bowl, so you have that. George Pickens, I have at 13. Because we don't need because if CeeDee Lamb is going to be out there the whole year, then Pickens' draft stock goes a lot lower. I love Ladd McConkey this year. So like I think Ladd McConkey is a perfect fit in Mike McDaniel's offense. I think he's would be a golden target to have in round 4 of your draft. So I think chances are that if you want Ladd McConkey, I think you got to get him in round 3 with that. Malik Neighbors I have at 15 because I have him 5 spots lower than the tally has him at 10. Because like the I don't know quotient about Neighbors coming off an ACL tear, so you have that. Now I have Ted McMillan at 16, Emeka Egbuka at 17, Jalen Waddle at 18, T. Higgins I have at 19, Zay Flowers at 20, Terry McLaurin at 21, Devontae Adams. He's gonna. But see, the thing, I have Devontae Adams a little lower because I think he's gonna have some good cross reads because he's a red zone target, and that's how it became. That's how he was so valuable last year. So that he's going to be touchdown dependent. for a few week to week. So that's why I have him a little lower. Luther Burden I have at 23. Yes, I have Jack Wilson lower than you have him ranked, Natalia, because I have him all the way down to 24.
Oh wow, yeah. You have
Yeah, so you have him at 18, as I have him all the way down to 24.
Wow. Yeah, man, I like it.
Yeah, it tells you everything I need. I need to know about things with the Jets. I have DJ Moore at 25. I have J-Mo at 26. Christian Watson at 27. I have Robo Dunze at 28. Then Parker Washington and Mike Evans. I have him 11 slots lower than Natalia has him ranked.
Wow.
Who's 11 slots lower?
Mike Evans.
Ah, interesting.
It's because he has some injury risk attached to him as well. So
yeah. Hey, I can't argue that. I can't argue that. So
yeah, and also the vibes in San Francisco are not good vibes right now. And currently, I have San Francisco missing the playoffs.
I will go ahead and put the other list up here.
Ready?
Yeah, and I have some interesting names towards the end of the list. So I'm sorry. I have Brian Thomas Jr. at 31. I have Metcalf at 32. I think Metcalf is going to be better than last year, because I think when you have Mike McCarthy helping with the plans on offense, you have that. At 33, I have Cortland Sutton for the Broncos. Maserati Marv at 34. Michael Pittman Jr. at 35. I love the Pittman fit with the Steelers. I didn't understand what the Colts' plan of action was the last offseason. Back in March with Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman Jr. With that, I have Cardinal Tate down at 36. That one's 9 slots slower than what Natalia has, because I just don't believe in this Titans offense. So I think Cam Ward is going to be a bust. Which means that I don't think Tate is going to be might be well wasted a little bit because of the value there. So you have that. Chris Godwin at 37. I have 2 Colts back to back in Alec Pierce and Josh Downs. I have Michael Wilson at 40. I have Stephon Diggs at 41. Jordan Addison 42. Jacoby Myers at 43. Then Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden 44 and 45. I have Wan'Dale Robinson 12 slots lower than where Natalia has him at 46. Quentin Johnson at 47, and then I have Romeo Dobbs at 48, and then two rookies that I think are really interesting names that are flying under the radar. I'm going with Cyrus Allen of the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he's definitely a receiver that you should try and make a swing for. Towards the end of your draft, maybe if you're drafting your defense and your kicker with your last 2 picks, maybe that's your last skill player you draft. And then DeShaun Stribling, he's flown under the radar, and I could see him as this year's Luther Burden, because second round, he was the 33rd overall pick, second round pick by the 49ers in the draft last spring, and there are some scouts that claimed and smart people that claim that Stribling is the what was the best receiver they saw in the draft process. We will. That was certainly some wild and bold claims on there, but he's played really well in the preseason, in the 49ers 2 preseason games, and he might force his way into being a more prominent presence in Kyle Shanahan's offense. The one rookie that I was really considering, but I did not have the guts to put him on the list, was Malachi Fields of the Giants. He's certainly inspired. He could very well wind up being the Giants' number 2 target, especially with the news that Calvin Austin might not be able to play this season because of the injury he suffered at practice today.
Yeah.
Which also might mean that Odell Beckham Jr. might make the roster, which kind of terrifies me even as a Giants fan, because OBJ did not look great in the preseason. I know he's getting open, but he dropped an easy touchdown pass from Jameis Winston on Saturday in their preseason game in Miami. But you have that. But the one very very tough exclusion among the rookies was Malachi Fields.
Yeah, I actually had Beckham making the roster even before the injury happened. But yeah, now that I think that Calvin Austin's not going to play, my replacement prediction for him, probably a long shot, but Isaiah Hodgins.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets cut, the Titans will pick him up pretty fast.
Yeah,
pick him up.
All right, Tim.
Yep, it is time for to run this for me. The rest of my list here. I'm going to start at number 7. I have Chris Olave from the Saints. I think he is the number 1 receiver, and I think he may have an up year this year. I've got Malik Neighbors at number 12. I got him a little bit higher than you guys. I just got to watch how he has progressed from his injury last year.
Natalie has him at 10. I have him at 15. So you're actually in the middle.
Oh, I'm kind of in the middle there. So the injury issues, and there is some with some of these guys I've here on my list here. Rashee Rice, number 13. Like Natalie says, if he stays out of trouble with the law and he doesn't any funny business, he'll be all right. Say Flowers I've been amazed from this guy ever since his rookie year. I think he's still one of the top receivers that the Ravens do have. Devontae Smith will probably take most of the targets now since A.J. Brown is gone. I got T. Higgins at 16. I got Ted McMillan at number 17. Emeka Egbuka over at 18. Lad McConkey, I wasn't quite really sure that he might be able to stay in the top 20 probably by the end of the season, but I pretty got a good feeling. He still has a great quarterback with Justin Herbert with that big arm of his. I got Jalen Waddle at number 20. It'll be interesting to see how Jalen Waddle does in the Broncos system now. Jameson Williams, have him at number 21. Then I got Devontae Adams at 22. Terry McLaurin, Natalie, just like you said, he's no longer scary. He's just Terry.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to see how he has come back from his injury. I got Garrett Wilson, number 24. Probably
you put him down too. You put him way down also.
Yeah, probably the only good player on that team anyway. So I have Christian Watson, number 25 from the Packers. Hopefully he'll be able to stay in that position probably by the time the season ends here. I'm stacking Roma Dunze and Luther Burden for the Bears. I think they could be a probably interesting combination, especially with Luther Burden having this big late season run last year. Mike Evans is now with San Francisco. I have him at 28. Of course, we all know all the stories about the injuries that the 49ers have had over the last year or so. DJ Moore, I've got him at number 29. Uh, I think he'll probably do all right with another season with the Bears here. I got Parker Washington at number 30. He could probably be one of Trevor Lawrence's favorite targets right there. Uh, Now let me go ahead and pull up the second half of my list here. What do we have here? Where is it? Oh, I hit the right button there. Okay. Marvin Harrison Jr., 2 seasons in the league, and to me, he's been kind of a slight disappointment.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's just really hasn't really given me much to write home about. So,
Right.
and I got Brian Thomas Jr. at number 32, a very serviceable backup here. I got Carnell Tate kind of low for the Titans. I don't really trust the Titans. I don't really trust Cam Ward.
Right.
To call him a bust this early, maybe kind of pulling the trigger a little bit too quickly, but I can see where they would say that. I got DK Metcalf at number 34. Cortland Sutton of 35. One thing I like about Cortland Sutton, like some of these other guys, he really has no sizzle, but he's got a lot of substance. So
Right.
he'll make the plays when he needs to. I got Quentin Johnson, number 36 for the Chargers there. Alec Pierce, I have at number 37. I have his teammate Josh Downs at number 45.
Mhm.
I think the Colts could probably make a run at the Houston Texans for supremacy in the AFC South there. I got Chris Godwin Jr. for the Bucks. He's had some injury issues. Michael Wilson, number 39.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting. Interesting. You're lower on him than Harrison. That's an interesting one.
yeah. Again, I got Jordan Addison at number 40. Jaden Reed at 41. Golden will probably get I got Golden at number 49. Then I got Michael Pittman Jr. at 42. Then I have Micaiah Lemon, who will probably get probably the second most targets for the Eagles now. I got Jacoby Myers at 44. Josh Downs 45, as I mentioned. Xavier Worthy, he is a serviceable backup. He's very talented. Wandale Robinson, like I said, don't really trust the Titans. Jordan Tyson could be a surprise at if I got him at 48, he could be a surprise for the Saints this year. Good backup with Chris Olave if he gets double teamed in coverage here. Got Matthew Golden from Texas at 49. And then wrapping up my 50, I got Stephon Diggs playing with the Commanders. Interesting to see what he'll do with that system, but that's pretty much my list right there.
Hmm.
So,
Oh wait, one thing. I forgot one thing. Let's see. I just wanted to compare the Cardinals for a second. So wait, Flynn, did you have Wilson higher or Harrison higher for the Cardinals?
I had Marvin Harrison Jr. higher.
Okay, so I'm a bit higher on Wilson than both you guys. That's the one I was curious about.
Yes, so maybe if we pull everyone's up here,
And
yeah.
yours was separated by 6. How far was I separated?
So you were separated by 3.
Oh, okay.
In favor of Wilson. Then
Yeah.
I am 6 in favor of Harrison, and
Yeah.
Tim is
8.
8 in favor of Maserati Marv.
Okay, I was just curious how big the spreads were there.
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, I'm higher on Wilson compared to you guys then.
All right, yeah, I guess those are our receiver rankings right there. So,
Mhm.
so I guess it's time to see if we can answer our questions here.
Alrighty. All right, let's go back. We'll go back to Tim's question.
Yep. Okay, if this thing will cooperate, there we go. So, as I said, last year the NFL had three teams
Three teams.
that had that each had a pair of wide receivers, and each one of them scored at least 1,000 receiving yards.
Okay.
So the question is, can you name two of those three?
Okay. Let's see. I got one in my mind. I think this past season there were kind of like a 1A and 1B type of thing. So I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys as one. Let's see. And my second pick, I'm actually going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals as because T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. They seem to be consistently equal a lot. And as far as my third, to try to get two out of the three, I'm going to say the Lions.
Okay. Oh, good thing I didn't throw this away, because this is how I got my information for my trivia question here. If I'll be able to.
All right. So now we'll just get Flynn's guesses.
Good.
Yeah. So this was actually this was a tough one because there were so many injuries last year at receivers. So
Right.
My thing is, so if CeeDee Lamb cracked 1,000, Dallas is definitely one. But because I know Pickens did. I don't think Seattle did because a lot of it was JSN.
Right.
Let's. I'm just going the teams here. I don't think Devontae Adams had 1,000, but I know he had like 12 or 13 touchdowns. So you had that. Yeah, this is a tough one. So I'm gonna go Dallas first. Chicago maybe. With Caleb Williams. No, maybe. But I don't know if any of them caught it. Had 1,000. Jacksonville maybe because
Ooh, that's an interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, like you said, Lawrence was in the top was number 4. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Jacksonville, Dallas, and I'm gonna go with. I'm wow, that's a hard one.
Don't think I've ever seen Flynn struggle over a question like this before.
Yeah. Well, that tells you one thing, right? It was a tough trivia. So, yeah. I'm gonna go. But did Devontae Smith have 1,000 yards?
Yeah, I was actually considering the Eagles. Honestly, I was thinking about them, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Jacksonville, Dallas, and Seattle.
Okay. All right, so we have one answer in common.
Okay, so you both say Dallas.
Yeah. Let's start there. Is Dallas a correct answer? Well, none of us officially
Yes,
won yet.
yes.
We didn't get two yet.
Dallas was the easy one, I thought.
Yeah.
Dallas was the easy one. George
None
Pickens.
of us got two yet.
Yeah. George Pickens had 1,429 yards,
Mm.
while CD Lamb, despite all those games that he missed with an injury, actually came up with 1,077 yards. So that was Dallas here. Now, Natalie, what would you say your other two teams
My other
were?
two were the Bengals and the Lions.
Okay. The Bengals.
Okay.
No, the Bengals.
So I guess Higgins did not do it then.
It's no, because remember Jamar Chase got hurt and Joe Burrow got hurt.
Ah, true. I forgot about that.
That's why it wasn't the Bengals to tally.
Now,
Yeah.
Jamar Chase actually ended with 1,412 yards.
Okay.
However, T. Higgins finished with, if I'm reading this correctly, T. Higgins finished up with only 846 yards.
Ah. Okay. Dang.
And you said that your other answer was the Detroit Lions?
The Lions, yes. Because I'm on the fence on Jameis. All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, so you got 2 out of 3. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,401 yards.
Yeah, him I obviously knew. I wasn't sure about Williams.
Didn't JMO have that big game against Dallas last year or against the Bears?
I think he did. So Amon-Ra St. Brown had 1,401 yards. Jameson Williams had 1,117 yards.
Okay.
So you were able to get 2 out of 3. You got Dallas and Detroit.
All right, well,
Now,
it's all up to Flynn now.
Now, Flynn, we already gave you credit for Dallas because you were correct with that one. What did you say your other teams were?
My other teams were Jacksonville, and I believe I said Seattle. Yeah.
I really don't think it's Seattle. I don't think Rashid Speechy he got there.
Okay. Flynn said Seattle. Okay, let's see here. Jackson Smith-Njigba, of course, led all receivers last year with 1,793 yards. If I'm reading that correctly, yeah, 1,793 yards. Let's see about his teammate. Actually, his teammate is off of my list here. He is not listed here. Only listed down to 39. So, and what was the other team that you mentioned?
Said Jacksonville.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's actually a very. Who the heck was the other one?
No, I can't say the Jaguars here. Let's see here. Where's the Jaguars here? Parker, Washington, 847 yards.
Oh.
And Jacoby Myers, 836.
Who was the other one?
Yeah. So the 3 teams that had Flynn, no, Natalie.
Yes.
You're going to kick yourself.
What happened?
The 3 teams that had those pairs of receivers with 1,000 yards each: Dallas, Detroit, and the Chickens.
Really? Oh, wow. Gee, I could have had a perfect game.
Yeah. I mean, the Eagles were probably the next team I was considering.
Yeah, that's right. Here, Devontae Smith, he had 1,008 yards. AJ Brown had 1,003.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know,
the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
and neither one of them made the Pro Bowl.
Really?
So you have that.
So, Natalie, you did great.
Yep.
Lynn, I'm surprised I stumped you a little bit on that one.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see if Natalie can stump you and me.
All right, I'm gonna slow down on this question a bit. I might have read it too quickly and confused some of you, but all right, we're gonna review. We're gonna look back at top performance from the last 5 years, so 2021 through 2025. We're looking at the top 5 performers in receiving yards in each of those 5 years.
Yeah.
So 3 of those players were in the top 5 3 times in receiving yards.
Right.
You guys understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of explaining it better.
Right.
So well, go ahead and guess 3 answers. You'll get the prices. You'll get the winning sound if you get 2 correct. You'll just get the family feud buzzer if you get 1 correct. But you'll get Billy Madison if you get 0 correct. I think it's extremely unlikely you guys are going to get 0 though.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think we just talked about one of them in Jamar Chase, so I think that's one.
I'm thinking Jamar Chase as well.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm also thinking Justin Jefferson.
You're gonna go Jefferson as a possibility, okay?
Jamar. Oh, I think I got my 3.
You got your 3 names. All
Justin
right, Tim's got his 3 names. All right, so let Tim go first.
Jamar Chase.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson.
Yes. Okay.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay, those are your 3. All right, let's go to Flynn now for his official 3.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Jamar Chase. I'm also going Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go with this is actually a tough one because I don't know if he had a 3rd season where he's top 5. I know he had 2. I just don't know if he had 3. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Tim. I'm gonna go Amon-Ra St. Brown. So we're both unanimous.
Oh wow, you both have the same exact 3 names. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll start. I'll read them one by one. I'll start with Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson had 3. So far, so good.
All right.
Next up.
There's 1.
Hold the phone. You didn't get 2 right yet.
Okay.
Let's see. Next up, Jamar Chase. All right, now you guys can make it official.
Yeah.
Oh, so we got that one. Huh?
Yeah, play it again. And now it's official.
All right.
All right, and just for the heck of it, let's see if you guys played a perfect game with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 3. You guys did it. The trifecta.
Wow.
You guys got all 3.
We got them all.
Right.
Yeah. All right, I don't have good job, guys. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't have the direct years in front of me, but I wrote some notes on the players who had 2. The people who did it twice were Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and AJ Brown.
Oh, really? So CeeDee Lamb didn't even come close to that because that was the other person I was thinking of.
Let's see. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb was on there once.
Yeah, that was the year I think he was he was runner up the offensive player of the year.
Yeah,
McCaffrey, right?
And then the other players who appeared once was Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb, like we just mentioned. Brian Thomas III or Jr., whichever he is. I forget which one it is. And then
his rookie season 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Drake London was on there once. Jackson Smith-Njigba last season. And George Pickens. Mm-hmm. They were each a part of the one club. But yeah, you guys played the perfect trifecta. I did not expect that. I expected you guys to get 2, but certainly not 3. That was a major pull there. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm surprised I even
And
got
yeah, I knew you guys
it.
weren't getting 0. I knew that wasn't happening.
Right.
Right.
I had a feeling you guys were going to get 2, but I didn't think 3 was going to happen. I thought St. Brown was going to be the throw off.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, I knew you guys were going to get Chase and Jefferson. Just wasn't sure if you're going to get Brown or not.
Oh yeah, well, on that happy note, I mean, we did very well with the trivia questions. I kind of stumped Flynn with mine, and we nailed the tally. So I think it was
3
I think
answers.
that,
Yep, all of them.
I think that is a very fine way to put a bow on this edition of Fantasy Football
It calls for
Fever
a celebration snack.
Yeah.
celebration time. Wonder
Yeah,
what-
we finished up the our rankings.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. But we will be back next Tuesday night. Oh, actually, we should tell you that you people know next week we're going to have a kind of a stacked week.
Yes,
We're going to be coming back.
We have a loaded week ahead of us.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Mhm.
We will be back next Tuesday night. We're going to go back. We're going to look over our divisional previews that we did earlier this summer, and based on that, we're going to give you our postseason and Super Bowl predictions. We'll see who the division winners will be, the wild cards, and what we see in the playoff matchup, the wild cards, divisional rounds, championship Sunday, and of course the big Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then next week, also, we're going to be planning our show on draft strategies, things that we learned from last season.
Yeah.
Is that on the 2nd or is that the 3rd?
Yeah.
Tuesday the 2nd. Well, I think that the 2nd might be.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
So
I'll have
it's,
to ask
what I was saying last week is that if we do the preseason predictions, if we switch the strategies and the preseason predictions shows, because I know people are going to be drafting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so I think
I think we could do that.
yeah.
So I want to say
Maybe
draft
we'll have
strategies the 1st, and then the predictions on the 3rd.
Yes, so I'm saying like the next episode we do should be the draft strategies.
Okay.
Draft strategies next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then on the 3rd. And on the 3rd, we'll have our predictions for the preseason.
Yeah, that works out. Yeah, we had a one day break in between. Yeah, 1, 3, and then 5 for draft night.
Yes. Yes. And don't forget about Hooked on Sports with John Flynn. Oh yeah, League Draft Night, Saturday, September 5th, 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central. So we're getting closer to that. Of course, catch John Flynn on Hooked on Sports. Check him out on Apple iTunes, on Spotify, on TuneIn, wherever you get podcasts, or you can watch him right here on John Flynn's YouTube channel that you're watching right now. Of course, along with my YouTube channel, a joint effort between the two of us here. So with that, we will go ahead and put a wrap on this edition of Fantasy Football Fever. Next Tuesday night, we're talking draft strategies, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're going to do that next week. So until next Tuesday night, for Mr. Flynn and Mr. Natalia, I am Mr. McClelland. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great week. Enjoy the final week of preseason football. Yeah, the final week of preseason football is here. So we'll see who's going to be making the 53-man rosters for each team.
Oh yeah. And by the way, the roster cut deadline is Sunday, at 6 p.m. And my first draft, it's my big money league draft. That starts an hour after the cut deadline. So so my first draft is on Sunday. My second draft is on Wednesday, and then my last draft is our draft on Saturday.
Ah, nice.
All righty then. All right. So All right. So until then, that's Sean Flynn. That's Sean Natali. I'm Tim McClellan. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy final week of preseason. We're only 15 days away. Till next time, God bless you all. And always remember, be a good sport. And we will see you next week. See ya.
Yeah.